All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to jump straight into some timeline stuff in this video. There's not a lot of time to do the whole song and dance, whatever, but check this out. A few days ago, Mortal Kombat 11 Aftermath was released. I thought nothing of it. I covered some Mortal Kombat 11 stuff, so I kind of, looked into it and I was like, well, when this comes out, I'll be happy to buy, the DLC if it's something I want to cover and all of that. Unbeknownst to me, I know that word, unbeknownst, I'd covered a video talking about potential leaks that actually had this same thing in it. April 30th, if you look through my video catalog, there's a video where I actually covered the potential possibility of a Batman game leak, because this was something I saw on War Gaming Culture. I cited that they had actually found a post, and I went online and I actually looked for that post and I found it. Well, I went online again today and the post has been taken down. Well, guess what was on that post? Mortal Kombat 11 Aftermath, which is a new edition of the game for sale, and it had an upgrade that was also there for pre-existing users. It said it's going to have 2 new packs of characters and also have 6 new arenas, 3 new story chapters, and some new characters. Well, what did we see in the Aftermath reveal? Basically almost exactly everything that they talked about. Now, they talked about new characters, some of the new characters that will be included, and they mentioned a series of others that we did not see in the trailer. But guess what? There was one character that matches up with this trailer, and that was Fujin. Guys, girls, this is starting to get a little bit freaky, because this post is seeming to be more credible than many of the other posts that we've seen. Now, the one thing I will say, though, is with the Batman, aspect of things, they talked about how it was Roger Craig Smith and Troy Baker that will be returning, but this kind of coincides or conflicts with some other, chatter around the webs that, Roger Craig Smith is not going to be playing or any part in so-called, Batman game or Batman production. But I don't know if that's the case. This person so far that put this leak out there seems to be onto something. Even an Injustice 3 trilogy that talked about story modes, that talked about, it being NetherRealm's first gen release, release for the next gen, all seems now much more convincing. But as a Batman fan, I would ask that you please continue to maintain a healthy level of skepticism, even if we are right now, this person whoever this is, they basically are batting 1 for 4 right now, and the one that they're batting is basically almost a home run. Because if you look at a lot of even the other characters, like when I first saw, one of the some of the Mortal Kombat characters, like, they talk about Ash Williams or Bruce Campbell, however you want to put it based on your own narrative. This to me showed that, okay, it coincides with a lot of the data mine stuff about the dialogues that you have between the characters. So everybody had already talked about Ash Williams most likely being in, the game as one of the DLC characters. People have been talking about Takeda. Reiko is a character from a long time ago from Mortal Kombat games, so I never thought I would even be seeing Reiko. And then even Quan Chi is another that has also been speculated. I know a content creator who would faint if he sees Quan Chi in MK11. I mean, literally, he will pass out from from hyperventilation because he's a Quan Chi main. And I'm talking about you, Dink. And so basically, this is, something that is really exciting. And I've also been waiting for an Injustice 3 because I missed the window of fighting games with Injustice 2. I dropped Injustice 2 because I didn't really understand what fighting games basically were. I didn't understand that they were a lot more work than anything else. And then they also confirmed in this so-called, scoop that Neo or Keanu Reeves is going to be there as well. Then they're going to have a tournament mode that's kind of like Mortal Kombat 11's Combat League. They're going to call it Infinite Crisis. And I'm looking forward to an Injustice 3. I'm really, stoked about this. Even though 2022, though, that's a long time to wait. I'm hoping that they bring it to market, earlier. But, I think Injustice 2, needs a lot of overhaul to make it, a better and a fresh, work from NetherRealm Studios. But Batman fans and, DC Games fans, this is really interesting. I mean, you look at all this stuff going on and, you also have to think about other possibilities and potential stuff that even this so-called leaker or whoever they are has not seen. I mean, think about it. if there's a Rocksteady announcement that people are chattering about right now, that even makes things a lot more interesting. What is Rocksteady going to reveal? I've been hoping they would talk about a Superman game, but it seems like, the news came out that a Superman pitch was turned down by Warner Brothers. Who knows? Maybe Warner Brothers has approved the Superman pitch, and they're probably going to be talking about it and moving on further down the road with development. We don't know. Maybe it's a Wonder Woman game that's designed to coincide with the Wonder Woman movie release. We don't know. There's so much going on. But to be very honest, I think just this sliver of Batman type stuff that's just there, that's basically been overlooked. What's crazy is it's been overlooked. That's insane. It's blowing my mind. I gotta keep my composure. This is crazy. And so it's amazing that, somebody actually talked about this. And even if you go look at the comments from What Culture Gaming, just because they've been covering a lot of these leaks and because a lot of people have been talking about them a while, it seems like people got a lot skeptical than, they were in the past. More of what you see is a lot of people are hopeful when you start talking about these things, but over down the road, it seems like people start losing, the amount of, I would say, hope or optimism that they have. And I think that's basically what started to happen with a lot of the fans. But I don't want to get anybody's hopes up, but I am showing, though, that these leaks seem to be more credible than any that I've seen anywhere else. And the fact that it's also been taken down, that even gives me a little bit more chills. And look at the date it was even posted. It was posted on April the 25th. So probably 2 weeks before any of this stuff, came out. So I guess that's basically what I have for now. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and continue to freak out because I think the information that we have, seems to be solid. 25% accurate. To me, I'll take 25% right now. I mean, it's very little to take, but it's better than 0%. I mean, you feel me, you Batman fans, you know what we're talking about. We've been getting pictures and we've been getting all these weird stuff on Twitter from Warner Brothers Montreal that has basically served no purpose because they basically stayed silent. And, some people are calling it some kind of maybe a miscommunication between marketing and the development team, or maybe they just didn't have a plan on how they were going to execute it, or maybe even with everything that went on, in the world, you guys know exactly what it is, that probably put a little stopgap between the flow of the information that they wanted to give to their fans, and they decided to take a different approach. These may have been factors that have affected all this stuff. So I guess I'll leave you guys here with my thoughts so far. Let me hear your thoughts in the comment section. I guess that's the end of my video. I'm so excited. Peace.